the Wonder, I talk about the fact that the older you get, the more it takes to fill your heart with wonder.
Yes, yes, yes.
And only God is big enough for that. Now, if I could diverge for just a minute, because our audience could be listening out there, some of them wondering about this. Take this whole issue of pornography today. What does that do? It takes the beautiful and makes it profane.
Yes.
Okay? And so they go in that path, and what do they find at the end of it? No one human being can satisfy them. They're in search of a feeling. They will never be satisfied because no one person can fulfill it. Take the issue of wealth. It is a means, not an end in itself. When it becomes an end in itself, where you indulge in it and gloat in it, where does it leave you? Empty. As you so well said, what do I really like? How many times can you eat out and eat the same thing? Life has to bring a greater sense of enchantment, Joyce.
Right.
That's it. And only God is big enough. Now, here's the point. Once you are in that relationship with Him, who is infinite and perfect and beauty and all of that, He instructs and feeds into every other relationship.
Right, exactly.
So the wealth is informed how you spend it.
Right.
The relationship of sexuality is informed how you enjoy it legitimately and so on. So beauty is vulnerable and can be easily marred. But when you go to Him who is the author of infinite and ultimate beauty, He gives you the guidelines how to preserve that from the outside.
And when you just, many days I write in my journal in the morning, God, you're just so beautiful. Mm-hmm. And it's He knows what I mean when I say that, and I know it in my heart, but you don't even really know how to put words to that. It's just like the love He has for us and the beauty of what He's created and how good God is to us. It really is just the most beautiful thing in our lives. And we need to have beautiful relationships with one another, not all the bitterness and hatred and unforgiveness and arguing and bickering and strife. It's also ugly. And God didn't create us for ugliness and meanness. He created us for love and beauty. And until you have that in your soul, you're always going to come up empty.
Your book on forgiveness, the very title of it, how to change your life by forgiving. It's a powerful title in itself, Joyce. And you're right. The bitterness, the rancor, the ugliness that is often inside of us destroys us. I was recently addressing an audience and I said, you know what? We hear the world talking so much about human rights. We very seldom hear them talking about the right to be human. I said we hear them talking about the environment, which is important that we take care of it. Very seldom do we hear them talking about the environment, what goes on inside of us. And it's the ugliness within that ultimately creates the ugliness without. And your point is well taken. I've been in this work for 40 years now. And every day I have to pray and start this all over again. Lord, take away from anything on the inside that will make me bitter or divide my own attention and my heart. And let not the enemy of my souls win this battle in me today. Right. Let me focus on you. You are the author of healing and forgiveness and that which is beautiful. And that's where we start every day.
And here's the real truth. Our real life, our one true real life, is not this life out here. It's not who we know, what we own, what we do, what we wear, how we look. Yeah. It's none of that. Yeah. Our real life is in us. Yeah. And that's where people have to look. God is a God of hearts. Right. And when we receive Christ, we get a new heart. Right. We get His Spirit, and we get a new attitude and a new beginning. And, I just wonder if there's any atheist that's truly